hello.
Oh, hello.
And welcome to the Comic Queens podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Annie. And today, Alex and I are taking somewhat of a break, maybe like a little detour away from our TBR to talk about some of the newer stories that have been coming out that we're really excited about. There have been a lot of things coming out, which has been part of why I can't do the buy freeze. There's just too many options, too many great stories coming out. So today we're going to tell you about them to make sure that you're in the know and that you're able to get yourself caught up, especially while it's early on in the stories, because that's the best time to do it. So starting us out, I'm going to talk about Flower of Allure. This is a story that just came out on Manta. It is brand new, gem only, and it is only 12 episodes so far with a Thursday release. This is a romance drama, and let me tell you, it starts off strong. There are a couple of trigger warnings throughout this one just because of the nature of the story. So just a huge flag for everybody if you don't like reading, some thrillers, any stories about serial killers, anything like that, this won't be the one for you. However, the story revolves around Eon So. She is an arborist. So she works on the health of all these trees and plants. And she's working in this forest on someone's property just to try to keep all of the plants healthy, trim back some of the forest, make sure that every tree has enough room to grow. And she's pruning them, tending to them, whatever. And it's a completely normal day other than the fact that as she's trying to walk through the forest to finish her job, she runs into the sight of a man murdering somebody and trying to bury them. And she's like, I need to call the police. She starts freaking out. And as she backs up, she snaps a twig. But the guy doesn't look in her direction or anything. So she's like, okay, I'm going to get my phone and I'm going to raise it to my ear and I'm going to call the police. And as she's starting to do this, the murderer looks over at her and he's like, isn't this supposed to be when you run? I know you're there.
Oh, no.
So she starts running and she's already dialed 911. She's calling. She's like, please, somebody help me. Somebody, this is my name. I'm Eon So. I just witnessed somebody getting buried. There's 2 bodies. I'm freaking out. And they're like, okay, but that's somebody's property. It's kind of weird that you'd just be calling us. Is this a prank call? And she's like, no. And she ends up dropping her phone because the murderer catches up to her and starts choking her from behind.
Oh, no.
And she has a chainsaw with her that she was using to prune all of the trees. She tries to grab it to swing at him, but instead he gets hit from behind because the person he was trying to bury wasn't dead yet. And he comes up and bashes the murderer up against the back of his head and he passes out. So she's completely frazzled, has no idea how she got involved in this at all. And she's there 1 minute staring at the murderer's, unconscious body and this man who just bashed him over the head running away. And the next minute, she's completely unconscious and wakes up handcuffed to a chair.
I need to know how we got from point A to point B.
Well, she wishes she could tell you because she can't. However, it is this somewhat prolific crime family that has her tied to this chair and they go, why did you hurt my brother? He's unconscious in a coma right now. She goes, he tried to hurt me. That's not how this went. You don't know the order of events, please, sir. I didn't try to do anything. I'm just trying to help the trees. And he's like, it would be nothing to pin this on you because there's no proof of anything. We made sure there's no proof of any bodies. The police are already going to be trying to fine her for making a false report. And they're like, it would take literally nothing for us to do that. But we still haven't found the person who actually bashed him over the head. So we'll make you a deal. You take care of my brother who's in a coma because it's kind of your fault too. And she's like, don't see how we got there, but okay. And he goes, you take care of my brother who's in a coma and, keep him away from other people and make sure that his vitals and everything are fine, whatever. We'll send a nursing team over. You just have to make them available to help him because we don't want him around while we try to find the person who hurt him. And she's like, okay, I don't think I have a choice here.
Yeah.
So she signs fortunately for her, 2 years goes by. He's in a coma. She's like, I mean, the most I know about this guy is that his name's Cheu, and he's asleep and in a coma in my spare bedroom.
Well, I don't think that's the most she knows about him because she also saw him trying to murder someone.
Yeah, she knows there's something happening. So she just goes about her business for 2 years until she gets a call that the doctors went to check on him, on his vitals, and he's not there. So she goes in and he's not in his bed. She's like, what the hell's happening? And he immediately is like, knife to the throat. Who are you? Who am I? Where am I? What the hell is going on? And she's like, please don't hurt me. He's like, why wouldn't I hurt you? Like, did you kidnap me? What is this? She goes, I wouldn't do that. I'm very important to you. Mm-hmm. And he's like, how are you important to me? What is this? Like, where am I? Who am I? And she's like, I understand. I understand, Mr. Kwan. It must be pretty hard for you. But if you could just lower the knife. I didn't do anything. And he's like, how do I not know who I am? And she's like, it was an accident. Accidents happen. Trying to play it off. And he keeps saying, how are you important to me? Why don't I remember you? Why don't I remember anything? Mm-hmm. And she's like, I'm your wife. And he's like, you're my wife? And he passes out.
Because he's just so excited about the news.
The normal reaction. No, because, he's been unconscious forever and his vitals aren't super stable. So he loses consciousness. However, he starts going in and out of conscious more regularly. So there are days she'll start coming back from work. He's moving around and he hates being away from her. He's like, at this point, the only thing I'm remembering is your face. Mm-hmm. And so I don't like being left alone. I don't like not seeing you because if you're my wife, I want you to help me remember my former life.
It's because her face is the last thing he saw.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before he got knocked unconscious.
Yeah.
And technically she is important to him because she witnessed him trying to kill people. So she didn't really lie. The wife part's a lie, for sure. But he kind of starts, he has these signs of being extremely aggressive still, but she's trying to reframe his brain to be like, oh, I was your wife, and I know you said that you wanted to give me a hug and a kiss, but actually the reason our marriage worked out so well is because we were extremely platonic in our marriage. And he's like, really? And she's like, yeah. And he goes, why is that? And she's like, oh, because we didn't enjoy doing that together. And he's like, I highly doubt that. And she goes, no, we didn't. And he goes, well, which one of us? And she goes, it was me. Because it didn't last long. And he's just mortified.
Oh my gosh.
But she's trying to reframe this so that she's like, I can build his memory from scratch.
But is that really a memory you want to give him?
Poor man. Kick a man while he's down. I guess he's a murderer. I don't know.
Yeah.
But basically it's about her trying to go about her life. And now she has to be the caretaker for this murderer who is dependent on her to get the memories back. And she doesn't really want that to happen.
What happened to the rest of his family?
They're out looking for the other murderer.
Still?
So, yeah.
They're not very good at their jobs.
Yeah, apparently not. But in the meantime, she's working real hard to try to retrain Cheu to be a not murderer.
Do they know that he's awake now?
Yeah,
okay.
They know.
And they're just like,
just keep him away.
You want.
Yeah, do whatever. Just keep him away from us so that we can try to hunt down who actually did this.
All right, I guess.
So we'll see how it goes. I'm not entirely convinced that her building back his memory in a false way is going to go very well for her.
I can see that going wrong.
It's a bold strategy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd assume she's panicked.
I am super excited to see where this one is going to go. It sounds so good, and I know you showed me a couple of panels. The art's just gorgeous.
It is very saturated colors, and I will say it's got a nice little trickle of comedy into it, too. Mm-hmm. I know that it's supposed to be this drama, romance thriller, but I've found myself laughing at a lot of the episodes, too.
Yeah, so some good comedic timing is necessary and
nice variety.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got to keep you on your toes.
Yeah. Well, the first one that I have for you today is also one I think probably made you laugh. It's The Hounds of Sisyphus.
Love it. It's so good.
I caught up on this one so that you would have someone to talk to. It's me.
Thank you. Thank you.
This is on Leeson. There are 16 episodes out. It's a Friday release. And just as a quick reminder of what was happening in the beginning of this story is we have Jinnu, and he is dying on the floor. The world is in chaos, post-apocalyptic. There were people who were dying and coming back to life, but not in a zombie way, just in a I'm going to come back to life and now this kind of sucks way.
Yeah.
And so the world has just kind of gone to shit. So Jinnu is not handling it well. He's been attacked by some people. Then he meets Guan, and he doesn't immediately want to save Jinnu until he finds out that Jinnu is a teacher, and he's like, oh, great, we need a teacher. You can come with me now. So then he takes him home, back to his little compound. You find out that he is the leader of this small group of people who live in, like, a vacation home compound of a bunch of rich people.
Yeah, untouched by the apocalypse.
Yes, untouched by the apocalypse. Everyone who is there has a purpose. So he gets informed by the doctor pretty quickly. Like, he tells the doctor that he wasn't actually a teacher. He just has a degree in teaching. And the doctor's like, no. You are a teacher and you need to say that. Otherwise, like, you may not be useful and you may get booted out.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. I think my favorite note here, too, is did you notice that his lab jacket says veterinarian?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
So funny. And you know what? I feel like he got away with it because he's like, yeah, I work on living beings or something like that, you know?
Yeah, I'm important in the healthcare system.
I'm important in the healthcare system.
He didn't say for who, but...
Yeah, I mean, but it works. So he ends up getting through the intro of this town. He meets a girl named Gyangha, and immediately I'm suspicious of her.
I was suspicious of the doctor, too.
The doctor, I don't know. What specifically about the doctor were you suspicious about?
I don't know. Just his face.
Yeah.
Didn't like it.
Yeah. You know who I'm really suspicious of? Is Woo-jun's dad. Did you?
Yep.
Yeah. So that's kind of jumping ahead. Honestly, you went through the very beginning of this story anyways, so we all know that part. But essentially, he's just kind of going along. He does become a teacher. He meets the children. There are 3 children, Suha, and Woo-jun. They all live with Woo-jun because Suha and Suha, they're twins, and their parents have died, so they live with Woo-jun because he's the only other parent in this area. And Suha does not like Jinwoo. And it seems to be similar to, like, the Jack situation in Seagull, where he's like, she has a crush on Guan. And so she's like, oh, this Jinwoo is stealing attention away from me. I don't like this.
Yeah, purposefully causing problems and being contrary.
Yeah. So she's super funny. The kids all do really well on their, like, little intro exam. And Guan also takes the intro exam. He does not do well.
He does not.
This is where we find out that he's a lovable idiot.
Such a beautiful himbo.
He's dumb. He is so dumb.
And we love him for it.
We love him so much. But at this point, Jinwoo is like, oh no, I embarrassed him in front of all these kids because he sucks at school.
Yeah.
And so Jinwoo offers to tutor him. And Guan is like, okay, I want you to tutor me every single day.
Yeah.
So Jinwoo does start to tutor him, and he has to go up to his house, which is, like, on the top of the hill. He's struggling. He's like, I can't do this. How does he do this every day, multiple times a day?
Yeah.
And you know what? I feel that.
Stairs are hard.
Stairs are hard. We all avoid the Stairmaster when we can.
Oh, gosh. My knees would kill me.
Yeah.
So
after that, we see that Guan takes Jinwoo down to a like group style family meal. They don't do it all the time, but they get together and they eat all of this food.
Mm-hmm.
And so Jinwoo is just kind of getting closer to Guan at this point. I love the part where he's got all of the rings on.
Mm-hmm.
And when Jinwoo says that he doesn't want to be touched because of the rings, he immediately like takes them all off, and he doesn't want to be seen as being married, so he takes off the ring finger one too.
Mm-hmm.
And I just loved that part. But I also have to say, all of the rings on the different fingers, my grandma used to do that.
Aww.
She would wear multiple rings on every single finger.
Mm-hmm.
Then at the group dinner, Guan is like, hey, I'm gonna come over and I'm gonna sleep at your house.
Mm-hmm.
And Jinwoo is like, okay, sure.
Yeah.
So they're just kind of going on. There are some suspicious elements to this story. We have, like I said, Woo-jun's dad. So Woo-jun gets sick. He looks sick in the beginning when he's there. It seems like he's just kind of a sickly child, but he's kept home from school one day. And so Jinwoo goes to their house to say hi and stop by and make sure that he gets the like homework that they did for that day. They were making little sculptures. So Jinwoo made one for Woo-jun since he couldn't do it. And so he takes it there, and the dad is like, no, you can't come in. I'll tell him that you stopped by, but you have to leave. Go away.
I had a couple of theories about this part.
Okay.
Because, again, like, something about the doctor just upset me. And I was like, what if they took Woo-jun to get care there? And it's the doctor's fault because he's not really a doctor. And so what if he is just really, really sick because there's not really a doctor to take care of them?
Yeah.
Or, here's the thing I always hate when it's the parent, too. It always makes me sick to my stomach. So I think I just didn't want to assume that it was the dad.
I think it's the parent.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't think you're necessarily wrong.
Because why else would he not want... I mean, I'm sure there's lots of reasons, but just the way that they, like, frame it, it's not, oh, he's too sick, you can't come see him. It's very, like... No, you can't see him at all. Like, the way he says it, he's just panicking almost. And so, to me, it feels like an excuse.
Yeah. But the other kids are living there. You'd think the kids would have seen something if something was wrong.
Yeah.
So, it's hard to say.
Well, maybe the kids don't know.
I don't want to think that.
Something's going on.
I'm going to stick with the doctor theory.
The doctor, to me, wasn't as suspicious as the dad and Gyeona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all suspicious.
Because Jinwoo, when they get this, like, shipment of a bunch of supplies, and I did love this part, too, because when Guwon goes to greet the guys who bring the shipment, he, like, gives one of the guys a kiss on the, like, forehead.
Yeah.
And the guy is like, what are you doing? It's just really cute. And so they're handling these shipments, putting everything away, and so Jinwoo is taking something to the warehouse, and while he's there, he sees Gyeongan, and she is like, you didn't see me here.
Yeah.
It was pretty funny because she keeps telling him, like, shut up, stop talking, and he's like, okay, but yeah, let me tell you this one other thing first before that. I'm like, just listen to her.
Please. She was super suspicious, and I have this sad theory in my head that because Gyeon is just such a lovable idiot
that
people are taking advantage.
Yeah.
Oh.
I think you might be right because I don't think that he's involved in it. Now, we have been proven wrong before when we have thought someone was a good guy and they maybe were not so great.
But they were still great in our hearts, and that's all that mattered.
That's true. We will love him no matter what.
It's true. I don't know if it should be that way, but it is. That's how it's going to be.
Yeah. Also, I mean, the part where he was crying because he was like, I'm scaring Jinwoo, and that makes me sad. I was like, aw, he's such a good guy.
I know. Okay, so the question that's on everybody's minds, what are your thoughts on, I think it's episode 14, where they do the makeout.
And he throws up afterward?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then does the little hype up in the mirror.
Maybe I did. Maybe, okay, let me go back and look at the hype up.
Yeah, where he's like, Pyo Gyuan, you sly dog. And here's the thing. With everything that's going on, I'm like, the only reason I ever questioned him being the greenest of green flags is because of this and the fact that afterwards when they show them kissing together, you see that Gyuan's eyes are open for like significant periods of the makeout sessions.
Yeah. See, to me though, I don't know. That by itself wouldn't surprise me. It seems very lovable himbo.
Yeah.
But paired with the throwing up in the toilet, it's a little
weird.
It's a little weird.
And I mean, it all leads into, you now have Jinwoo being his tutor, but he's tutoring him in kissing and in what is sex.
Yeah, their study sessions have gone off the rails.
Yeah. I mean, he's learning some stuff. Especially you can like see his eyes bugging out in episode 16.
Yeah.
He's quite enjoying his lessons, I think.
Like that's the thing too, is he doesn't know anything.
I know.
So I almost feel like he doesn't have the capacity to be tricking everyone.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, there were maybe 2 episodes. I'm like, I don't know. Maybe Gyuan's doing this. And then you just see him again. You're like, he can't. That'd be like the worst twist ever.
Yeah.
I think maybe just like red herring kind of thrown in there.
Maybe.
You know, like he can't be.
I moral of the story, I love this one. It's great. I mean, I knew I was going to love it. All the characters were great. It's got a little bit of mystery in it.
Mm-hmm.
I love the post-apocalyptic. Actually, both of the stories I'm talking about today are kind of apocalyptic world. So there's a hint for my future story.
Perfect story for Alex, post-apocalyptic. Yeah, I'm so glad you've read this one because now you can read it week by week with me.
Yeah.
But it's throwing us for a loop. I'm really curious how things are going to shake out. It's definitely giving off very different vibes from Dangerous Convenience Store.
Yeah.
So we're just going to have to wait and see.
Yeah.
But I'm so glad you love it. I'm not surprised, but I'm glad anyways. So the last one that I read for today is a new one on Leeson as well. It's actually out with 8 episodes, and it comes out every Monday. This is called Love at First Fright. It is a supernatural boy love, friends to lovers. And this one also had me cackling like the entire time. So the story follows Yoon Sung. He is too beautiful for his own good, really. Mm-hmm. He has so many people who are just so attracted to him that throughout his entire life, everybody who's around him just wants to be with him. It causes like friends to turn on each other because they both want to date him. It causes like all of these people who say that they want to be his friends to like only pursue romantic relationships. And so he has completely closed himself off from everybody. He's like, the further away I can get from everyone, the like least amount I can take care of myself, everything else, the better. Because then I'll be left alone and I know nobody is trying to get involved with me with malicious intent. Mm-hmm. So he shuts himself off completely, finds this new apartment. He needs to find a new apartment pretty quick on like a short turnaround, which anybody who's had to go shopping for an apartment knows means sometimes you're left with slim pickings.
Yeah.
And that was unfortunately what happened to Yoon Sung. He goes to this apartment, kind of just signs because he doesn't have any other options available. And the apartment that he's in is horribly haunted. He like will just go about his business. His different devices are getting unplugged or things are flying around the room. Doors are slamming, lights are popping or turning themselves on and off. And he feels much more comfortable not being in the house because it's awful.
Yeah.
So to find comfort from this situation, he's like, I'm going to go to my favorite restaurant. I'm just going to get a meal. It's going to be fine. And as he is sitting down to eat, one of the waitresses whose last day came up, she's like berating him for his phone number. She's like, ugh, I love that you came here. I'm not going to be working here anymore. I need your number. How else am I supposed to ask you on a date? Whatever else. And Yoon Sung is like trying to calmly turn her down. Mm-hmm. He's like, not interested. Please don't embarrass us. Like, don't make a scene. Like, I just don't want to give you my number. And she's getting like loud and pretty aggressive about it. Mm-hmm. And this man, Taejong, is sitting on a table near them, and he pretty loudly says, why wouldn't you just give her your number and like be done with it? And Yoon Sung sees it, looks over at him and gives him like a death glare. And then he's like, you know nothing. And he leaves. So Taejong, the man who was eating at the restaurant, starts walking home from eating, and he runs into Yoon Sung, who's sitting on the curb outside of this apartment building. And he's like just chilling. He has nothing to do out there. And they recognize each other immediately. They're like, oh, you're the jerk from the restaurant to each other. But Taejong is like, why are you standing outside the building? He's like, oh, I just moved here. And, you know how it is moving into a new place. And Taejong's like, your apartment's haunted. And Yoon Sung stops in his tracks. He's like, how did you know my apartment is haunted? You could tell by looking at me. And Taejong's like, no, I've always had like a little bit of a sixth sense. I'm not a shaman or anything. I just know. Mm-hmm. And so he offers Yoon Sung assistance and says, if you take me to your apartment, I could try to get rid of the ghosts for you. And Yoon Sung's like, you know what? I have nothing to lose at this point. Like, please, by all means. So he takes him up to the apartment, and Taejong immediately just starts talking like normal. He's like, hey, ghosts, my friend here lives here, and he's pretty scared of you guys. So if you could just leave, that would be great. And they do. They listen to him. And so Yoon Sung's like, I can finally sleep. And he doesn't want Taejong to leave. So he's like, if you just want to like stay around and make sure they don't come back. And Taejong's like, actually, I'm super tired. Could I stay here for the night? So they start getting close to each other, and Taejong tells Yoon Sung that they're friends now. So he's like, just make sure if you need any help with getting rid of ghosts that you reach out to me. And so it's mostly about Yoon Sung trying to get rid of all the ghosts in his apartment. Yeah. But also him trying to learn how to be friends with people again because he's shut himself off for so long. So it's just really cute to see this little shut-in boy who's terrified of ghosts and this like very bright, happy sunshine man who's like, we're friends now. I love it. I'll help you. I love them.
Oh my gosh.
They're perfect.
It sounds great. I know you've been talking about this when you were really excited.
It's so cute. I loved it.
Love a good cute story. So the last story we have today is one that I am very excited about.
Long awaited.
This is called Haze Shift. And if you've been listening to us for a while, you may remember that I talked about Haze Shift in our New Year, New Reads. Not this one, but the previous year one, because this was a Canvas series that became an original. Mm-hmm. And it is now an original story. There are 3 episodes out, 8 with the Fast Pass. I did go ahead and get all of those Fast Passes, and will continue to do them every week because I absolutely love this series. It is beautiful. Yeah. And I loved the Canvas. So the Canvas series was labeled as post-apocalyptic. Mm-hmm. This one is labeled as a romance. Okay. So we'll see if there's like much difference between the storylines. Mm-hmm. But this one starts off with Slade, and he is a kid who lives in Lochbane, mm-hmm. which is kind of the affluent area. Mm-hmm. But the world that they live in is very controlled by government and tons of regulations, curfews after certain amounts of time. You have your IDs that are very strict. You have to go in for your yearly physicals. If you don't pass, then you end up being labeled as defective. And once you are labeled as defective, then you're taken away. You don't get to live in Lochbane anymore. So the other place that is right next to them is called the Edgeline Slums. And this is where a lot of people who are, quote, defective live because there's not government regulations there. It's just people living in abandoned buildings.
Fending for themselves.
Yeah. So Slade is at home, and his mom hears on the news, they announce that there's going to be a haze shift that comes through Lockbane and Edgeline. And a haze shift is very dangerous, deadly smoke that comes through and can cause you severe harm. So you have to hide out indoors when it happens.
Yeah.
So Slade's mom is like, you have to go get your brother. The mom thinks that Rue is at his friend's house, and Slade is like, I know that they went to the Edgeline slums, so now I have to go there and find them. So Slade goes to find his brother and his brother's friend Benji, and he finds them in the Edgeline slums. They're facing off with another little boy whose name is Calico, and he has taken their stuff because he's all alone. He's fending for himself, so he takes things that he finds and then sells them to get food to eat.
Yeah.
And so he was trying to do that. Slade comes in and he's like, why are you guys being mean to this kid? You guys need to leave him alone. And while Slade is kind of holding the kid away, Calico takes his necklace and like rips it off, and it's a bullet that his dad gave him. His dad is no longer with them, it looks like. They haven't mentioned him other than referencing the necklace.
Yeah.
And so then Slade is like, I need to get that back. That's my necklace. So he tells Rue and Benji to go home, and he's like, I'll be right after you guys. So he starts following Calico, and he ends up getting stuck in the Edgeline slums because the haze shift is coming in to them. And so when Calico sees this, he pulls Slade into a building with him. It ends up being where Calico lives by himself.
Yeah.
And it's just, like I said, an abandoned building. And at this point, Slade finds out that Calico is deaf, and that's why he wasn't understanding what they were saying to him earlier and wasn't talking or anything. So he can't communicate with them at all. But Calico did save him. Otherwise, he would have been stuck in the haze shift. And so at the same time while this happens, Rue has made it home, and their mom is like, where's Slade? So Rue says, oh, he's stuck in the Edgeline slums. He was kidnapped. So then Slade ends up staying all night because he has to wait. They have to wait until this haze shift passes. He wakes up the next day. Calico is still sleeping. So he's like, all right, I don't want to scare you and wake you up, so I'm just going to leave. So he leaves. And while he's out, he sees the Leo, which are the Lockbane External Operations. It looks like a police or like military group.
Like a SWAT team.
Yeah, something like that. And he's talking to this guy, and he's like, I know that the Phantom Eyes are the ones who took this kid. So you better tell me where he is and everything. Otherwise, we're going to do another purge. And so it's implied that, like, they purge the Edgeline slums and get rid of people. And so Slade hears this, and he's like, no, not again. I don't want that to happen. So he goes over to the Leo guy and ends up going home to his mom. And so when he gets there, the Leo and the mom are trying to get him to say what happened and to say who he was kidnapped by. Slade is just saying, I wasn't kidnapped. I was stuck over in the slums, and this guy saved me. Yeah. And the Leo officer is like, you know, this is pretty common. People who were kidnapped often don't want to admit that they were kidnapped because they're worried that something will happen to them from the people who are still out there. So the mom says, go into your room. So Rue and Slade end up going into the room, but Slade is like, I need to hear what's going on. So then he puts his ear up to the door, and he's listening in, and he hears the officer tell the mom that they're going to go out and look in the slums, and they're going to find this kid, and that they'll have him by the end of the week. So that is where I'm going to leave off, because I did read more and I know more of the story, but I'm not going to spoil any of it for anyone. I do think everyone should go and get the fast passes and read all of this, because it is absolutely 100% worth it. I'm going to read all the fast passes and buy it. If it comes out in a physical book, I'll definitely buy it. I love this one. I loved it when it was a Canvas series. I love it now. It's great.
I am so happy for you. You've been waiting for this for a long while.
And it was worth the wait.
Yeah, 100%. I am so happy. My question for you, do you remember a lot of the Canvas series? Like, is it starting out pretty similar?
It's starting out pretty similar. I would say it's just a lot more detailed. Like, everything that happens in these first 3 episodes happened, I would say, in the first episode of the Canvas series.
Okay, so it feels like it gives you more context.
Yeah, there's a lot more like background, and it definitely goes into more details. The people look different too. That's one thing that I noticed, is when he's talking to the Phantom Eyes guy, he looks very different than the people who lived in this slums looked in the other story.
Okay.
So, like, Calico looks pretty similar, but the side character looked a little different.
Well, I'm definitely going to start it. I've wanted to, but then you know how, like, with the Canvas series, sometimes they kind of, like, stop releasing on the Canvas, and they're like, it's going to be originals. You can't read this version anymore.
Yeah.
So I haven't been able to. So now I can. I'm so excited.
I'm so excited for you to read it, too.
Oh
it's so good.
I'm so excited. Okay, well, I think that this is all super exciting. I'm glad that we are getting caught up on some of the new ones that are coming out as well. If you haven't started these, they should all be really quick stories to catch up on, and we highly, highly recommend that you do. And we're looking forward to talking to you all on the next one.
Goodbye.
Bye.